Here is why you should not give up on marriage. There are a lot of negative talks online and from people around about marriage, especially from people who have been disappointed in the previous relationships and who are now single or living a single life. This is the trick that the devil wants. The devil wants you to give up on marriage, but you have to know, you have to be ahead of the devil that this is his idea. So the devil wants to play with your mind and wants to play with your feelings so that you think that marriage is not worth it. And when you think that, and when you start to spread that such kind of negative news, then the devil has already captured you as his agent. You are now spreading his news that the marriage is bad. But marriage is actually a good thing, because once you have been in a relationship, you have been disappointed, and so the devil is already, he tried to go a step ahead of you. That's why, in order to play with your mind, in order to play with your plans, in order to play with your dreams, so that you forget all your dreams, so that your dreams will be lost. Because the devil is also a spirit, so the devil can know like your prayers, and but the answer from God, it comes, but it comes in the right time, and you have to wait for God to prepare the perfect answer for you. But when the devil sees this, then the devil is able to send like a counterfeit in your life to just to disappoint you. So you have to have this in mind that these things can happen, like, or some things they might not happen to you, but they can happen to someone you are looking up to. Like it could be your sister, or it could be your brother, could be even your pastor, or could be like it could be even a close friend. Those things can happen to them, and you will see those things happening to them, that or they fall into betrayal, they get cheated and so on. So it's in that way the devil is trying to even attack, like killing two birds with one stone. So he attacks the main one that everyone is looking up to, and all the rest they are going to learn from that person. But you have to realize that this is the act of the devil, because he plays with your mind, and so that you think that marriage is bad thing. And once you think that marriage is bad thing, then you will start living a wandering life. You see, it's like a vagabond life, like you don't have a place to settle. So you will be saying, I don't want to get married, but you at the same time you are saying you can't live without sex. So where are you getting the sex from? You are getting from random people out there, or so whom you don't even love, whom you don't want to stay with. So you are just using people as toys. So it's just like people are just starting to use each other as toys, but they don't want to be together. So this is like a life of just wandering around. You don't have a place to settle. You don't have someone to be with, but you just start to move around. So this is the trick that the devil wants. So you will be going out there in the club. So you are destroying yourself even financially. You are destroying yourself biologically, physically, your mental well-being, your psychology. So whenever like it's something, or it could be like a pastor or whoever like speaks something truthful, then you start to feel like you are being attacked. Then it means your psychological well-being is damaged. Your biological well-being is damaged. You are also damaging your financial well-being, because you are going out there. Have you ever seen the richest man in the world who is single? Like all the richest women or whoever, like who is single? Like all the great men, all the successful men, they are married. So which means like married, it increases you, it increases your wealth. So you like of course you can be successful when you're single, but singleness is, it actually means you die quickly. Like even if you ever had like a person who has never been married, like living long life. Like if you see like the people who have lived like the longest are the married people. Like so marriage comes with a blessing, comes with the increment. So this is that what the devil doesn't want. He doesn't want you to be increased. So he wants you to give up on marriage. He wants to play with your mind. Even the psychologists out there, the psychologists that you visit or the therapists that you visit, they just tell you, yeah, you are better off alone. You should not talk to people. You should live your lonely life and so on. That's what they want. Those are also the agents of the devil. They are being used by the devil even to spread this kind of negative message about marriage. They don't want someone to be with you, someone to be there for you. That is the tricky part. And if someone isn't there for you, then that's when you start seeing people dying at 30 years, people dying at 29 years, people dying at committing suicide and so on, because nobody is there for them. Like people can just die alone. Like someone could have just taken you to the hospital or something, but because the devil played with your mind that you are better off alone, you don't need anybody. And when anyone try to comes into your life, you shut them off, you kick them off. Then you start to live in isolated life. Then you die premature. You die quickly. So people who live longer are people who get married. People who get rich are people who get married. People even who live a happy life are people who get married because they have something to look up to. They like sometimes happiness it just comes from taking care of someone. So especially like the fathers, they have their happiness taking care of their children and so on. It brings so much joy, like than going out in the club and being selfish or to touching every girl or kissing a girl who has been kissing another guy or whatever. Those kind of things. Yeah. So the most important thing is that do not give up on marriage. Like disappointments are going to come in your way because that is the act of the devil. The devil try to play with your mind, try to make that marriage is not worth it, but it is worth it because you yourself you know that you can't live without sleeping with the opposite sex or without having sex. And so now the devil just want you to go around, so you don't have your person, so he just wants you to go around to be used or to use another people that you don't love, even that you are not even ready to provide for, or you are not ready to be with. Then you just use those people and those people are using you, and you were just wondering. And some like it's even sometimes you think that it doesn't break you financially. It breaks you financially because you are going out every time and some people they even have to pay for these services. They have like a lot of prostitutes out there, like even in Amsterdam, in Belgium, and all these countries, like which can do these things like legally. And you start wasting even your financial resources, the time that you have spent like working. You spend like maybe or 2 hours or one day or 4 hours to work for $100, and then you go out there, that $100 you spend it in 15 minutes to someone who doesn't even remember you after you did that act of 15 minutes. So be wise. Don't give up on marriage. Don't give up on searching. So forget about the disappointments that you had from the counterfeits that the devil has sent to you. So, and also stop spreading negative messages about marriage. And like you yourself also, you can still find a suitable person for you who really cares for you, and there is nothing impossible that for God. There is nothing too hard for God to do for anyone. So it's possible. Be positive minded. Like don't spread negative news about marriage. Marriage is still worth, and marriage remains the best thing that can happen in person's lives. Like graduation with a degree or with a PhD, that the thing doesn't matter. It doesn't beat marriage. Marriage is number one. Cheers.